This might be the worst Linkin Park song I've ever heard. Okay, now I like it. Oh, Chester. So, believe it or not, there's one particular album from Linkin Park that I have never listened to, and that is Minutes to Midnight. I mean, I don't know why. Like, I do consider myself a huge Linkin Park fan, and I've been following ever since Hybrid Theory came out. And then with Meteora, I was there as well. But then, I don't know. I just kind of maybe heard it a little bit, and I don't really know what happened. But then, as soon as A Thousand Suns came up, I was hooked again, and then I followed their career in every single album ever since. But yeah, I've never listened to Minutes to Midnight. So today in this video, we're going to be reacting for the first time as a true Linkin Park fan who loved From Zero. We're going to be listening for the first time and reacting to Minutes to Midnight. As far as I'm concerned, there's a little bit of context here that I need to know. And a friend of mine who's a real fan also told me, like, the band wanted to get from their Meteora sound into the A Thousand Suns, more experimental kind of thing. And so this was kind of a transition album for them. So I guess that's what I always thought it was, like just a transition album. And then like when I heard the music and the sounds just a little bit, like I must have heard it at some point, right? But I don't think it really got me. Like I don't remember even what I listened to. It must have been a clip of a song or something. But then I thought like, no, you know what? This is too poppy, too punky, because I do love the Linkin Park pop sound. I Battle Symphony, Heavy, I like those sounds as well. But then this was kind of like in the middle, very weak for me. So I don't know. I guess it's just my preconceived notions about the record before listening to it. So I'm not expecting much, to be honest. But people have told me that I have to listen to it. And seeing like I'm going to go see them live in a couple of months, might as well, you know, add all the songs completely to the repertoire, because I do know every single Linkin Park song except for this album. So let's just begin. I'm trying to put myself in the context, like coming right from Meteora into this. And it's going to be hard not to compare it to the new Linkin Park From Zero album. I know that's going to be a weird comparison, but now I'm going to be comparing Chester's vocals to Emily's vocals, because I haven't listened to this album and I've already reviewed and listened to From Zero. So that's going to be a real treat here. Okay, right off the bat, that's surprising for me. That I didn't think it was going to be so conceptual. I thought it was going to be more commercial, but this is clearly driving us into some kind of music soundscape thing. Is that just an intro? I think it is. You get clapping. See, that's it. That's what I thought. Like a very non-distorted guitar was gonna be here, like just. I stand corrected. Chester. The bass is really like Tony Hawk'y, anti-flag kind of thing. I feel like this album is gonna so like be like I told you so in so many ways. It's really crazy to be listening to Chester for the first time in 2024. The guitars really drive me to the Hunting Party days. So you can see their influence from this album and that one on the guitars. It's like they're gravitating from a more electronic new metal sound from their two previous records into this one that's more raw rock, if that makes any sense. Oh, that line sucks. Like hearing it within the context of okay. I was gonna say, but then I got interrupted. Like, it sucks listening to that line, like, put me out of my misery, being screamed with such passion and anger, given the context of what happened. Really sucks. Wow. Okay, that was heavy, that was melodic, but I do see the evolution from Meteora and Hybrid Theory, which I don't think had an evolution between those two sounds. This one's a little bit more raw.
I dreamed I was missing. You were so scared, but no one would listen, 'cause no one else cared. After my dreaming, I woke with this fear.
This might be, I might be wrong, but this might be their first soft song. I don't think they have one like this on Hybrid Theory or Meteor. I could be wrong, but I don't think they do. You can really see their sound starting to come together. Okay, so I'm listening to Leave Out All the Rest. Yeah, I don't think they had released a song this soft up until this point, so this might be the first soft song we listened to, or you listened to, back in the day. And it's cool because you're getting to see that they are capable of doing this powerful emotional ballads, which today they're known for being able to do that so well. And you still get the electric guitars, like just pushing the sound and the song forward. Crafting that characteristic now Linkin Park ballad emotional sound. That's good. I like it.
Forgetting all the hurt inside you've learned you had so well. Pretending someone else can come and save
That voice, man.
myself.
I just miss him so much.
You are. I can't be who you are.
I loved it. That's new.
Yeah, here we go for the 100th time. Hand grenade pins in every line. Throw 'em up.
Okay.
Sunshine going out of my fucking mind. Filthy mouth, no excuse. Find a new
Is he
place to
laughing?
hang this noose. String me up from atop these roofs.
You can hear like a party going on in the back.
Truth is you can stop and stare. Run myself out and no one cares. Dug the trench out, lay down there with a shovel up out of reach somewhere. Yeah, someone pour it in. Make it a dirt dance floor again. Say your prayers and stop it out when they bring that chorus in. I bleed it out, digging deep.
Oh, Bleed It Out. I've read this title somewhere. It's weird because it's really upbeat, but with a major scale, like makes it sound very happy. Which again, I don't think they've done up until this point, like a rock song so upbeat and so happy. Doesn't matter how hard I try. Is that a shout out to In the End? Okay, the chorus is really weak. Like, it's not trying to be hard, but I like more their full sounding choruses. This is just like a... Okay, now we get some punchy guitars. It's weird because his screaming is very intense, and I don't know if the music grants for the screams to be so intense, so that kind of disconnects a little bit in my head. I get this happy, almost dancey, vibey song, and then his screaming was just very angry and strong, so it sounds different. It's very easy to identify Brad's guitars, even though they sound completely different here. The way he just harmonically moves the notes and the chords, it's very Linkin Park, very Brad. Okay, that was a good song, like, meh. I don't know if that's a huge hit with the fans, but... Oh, I thought my microphone was bopping, but it's the beat. Okay, so we're in for another soft song, I guess. Okay, this is definitely new for them in that year. Oh, nice melody.
I close both blinds and turn away.
I didn't research if they have videos, and I know most of you have told me, you know, you have to react to the videos. I know most people watch the videos. I'm more like music, like when I'm listening to music for the first time, I really just want to avoid any distractions, so I just want to focus on the sound. So I don't even know if they have videos for this songs. Their ability to write heart-wrenching melodies is just there. Okay, real drums. That's nice. Good cellos, strings. That's also a new addition to their sound repertoire, I think, coming from Meteora and Hybrid Theory.
Your friends all plead for you to stay. Sometimes beginnings aren't so simple. Sometimes
So Mike's not singing on this one, huh? Oh, those strings are just caressing my heart so nicely right now. You can hear his second voice like a third right in the very back, but it just adds that. Okay, I can totally get behind this mellow guitar playing. Okay. It's definitely more like if you had to put Meteora and Hybrid Theory here and 1,000 Suns here, this is definitely more like around here. I was blocking my map. Around here. But you can see the difference. It's new, it's experimental, it's softer, it's more melodic. And I think that was a really brave choice from them to show people they were capable of doing this kind of stuff too, and would end up becoming a staple of their sound in years to come. Okay, this is definitely a highlight of the album so far. This and the first actual song, Given Up, have been the two best songs for me. Okay, more soft sounds. I'm not complaining though. Okay, this intro I've heard somewhere. Kind of like the X-Files vibe going on. Those drums are so 2000s. I love them. Again, you get the softer guitars, with the distortion just dialed up the way, like in the middle. And that, I think, is what I remembered. Maybe I was too young to understand, I don't know. I just judged them. Okay, this is my favorite song so far. I think they could have pulled off like a heavier guitar sound, like it wouldn't have interfered with the message of the song, but it's an aesthetic decision, I guess. It's fine. We haven't heard that much from Mike so far. It's mostly been Chester. And it's weird because if you listen to 1,000 Suns, Mike's participation was way bigger. Like, I know we're halfway through the album, we're not done yet, but Mike's participation in 1,000 Suns was a lot of hip hop and raps from him. And I mean, I haven't counted, but I just feel I haven't heard a lot from Mike so far. Again, I'm not complaining. Okay, this is my favorite so far. Very melodic, very rock driven. Yeah, I mean, I can see why whatever it was that I heard back in the day from this album, I can see why I maybe discarded it. Maybe I was, one of those guys that just wanted the rock side of Linkin Park. And then by the time 1,000 Suns came out, maybe I had matured my musical tastes a little bit. And I could understand their new music without the heavy guitars. Okay, there's Mike. To let the sun in, sick of the dark ways we march to the drumming. Jump when they tell us that they want to see jumping. Fuck that, I want to see some fist pumping. Risk something, take back what's yours. Say something that you know they might attack you for. Cause I'm sick of being treated like I have before. Like a stupid standing for what I'm standing for. Like this war's really just a different brand of war. Like it doesn't cater to rich and abandon poor. Like they understand you in the back of the jet when you can't put gas in your tank. These fuckers are laughing away to the bank and cashing a check, asking you to have compassion and have some respect for a leader so nervous in an obvious way, stuttering and mumbling for nightly news to replay, and the rest of the world watching at the end of the day in their living room laughing like, what did he say? But I am not laughing, cause when it gets tense I know what might happen. World is cold, the bold men take action, have to react to get blown into fractions. 10 years old is something to see, another kid my age drug under a Jeep, taken and bound and found later under a tree. I wonder if he thought the next one could be me. Do you see the soldiers that are out today to brush the dust with bulletproof vests away? It's ironic, at times like this you pray, but a bomb blew the mosque up yesterday. There's bombs on the buses, damn,
roads, inside your market, your shops, your clothes. My dad, he's got a lot of fear, I know, but enough pride inside not to let that show. My brother had a book he would hold with pride, a little red cover with a broken spine on the back. He hand wrote a quote inside, when the rich wage war, it's the poor who die. Meanwhile, their leader just talks away, stuttering and mumbling for nightly news to replay. The rest of the world watching at the end of the day, both scared and angry like, what did he say? I don't think I'd ever listened to Mike rap that way, like very, very urban, very street. And I mean, what I could make from the lyrics, it's a very political thing, like complaining about religion and world leaders and poverty. Like besides their 1,000 Suns album, which is clearly a social political commentary about the world war and the bomb, I don't think I'd heard them talk about, world issues before, up until this song. Okay, was a different track. Okay, this is more my cup of tea. I love the way Linkin Park is able to produce different sounds and textures. Yeah.
Yes. I love him. When you start listening to a song, you know it's gonna just hit you. Okay. Oh, come on, come on. Bring it on. Their rock sound definitely changed. Like the mix and the way it sounds is more garagey, trashy.
Are you lost in your lies? Do you tell yourself I don't realize your crusades a disguise?
This does bring me back to the future, to the hunting party sound. More loose, more raw. Jesus, those guitars are... And I think it's the bass as well. Like, from what I remember, Hybrid Theory and Meteora were just more tightly knit into each other, almost like if it was an electronic thing, even in the hard rock. But here you get like a separation between the instruments that's just makes it sound more natural to me. What kind of death metal is this? I love this. Oh my god. I don't think even Casualties is hip. I love it. I'm just commenting something and then they just come and interrupt me with something new. This is my favorite part. Like the guitars on the sides and then... The guitars were just filtered to the highs, and then you feel the bass coming right back into the mixer and the frequencies of the guitar, and obviously the bass. It was a good production hack. Okay, I did like this one more than what I've done. By a lot. This is my new favorite track so far. And I love the order of the songs too. Like, it's very well thought and rounded. The storytelling with the music and instrumentation is just there.
So cold. A black wind took them away from sight, and now the darkness overlaid that night, and the clouds above move closer, looking so dissatisfied, but the heartless wind kept
I feel this is a palate cleanser of the album so far.
So now you're gone, and I was wrong. I never knew what it was like to be alone on a Valentine's Day. On a Valentine's Day. On a Valentine's Day. On a Valentine's
Wow, that ending was, I think, the most surreal part of the album. Like, it really took me someplace.
Let me apologize to begin with. Let me apologize for what I'm about to say. But trying to be genuine was harder than it seemed. And somehow I got caught up in between. Let me apologize to begin with. Let me apologize for what I'm about to say. But trying to be someone else was harder than it seemed. And somehow I got caught up in between my pride and my promise, between my lies and how the truth gets in the way. Things I wanna say to you get lost before they come. The only thing that's worse than one is none. Let me apologize to begin with. Let me apologize for what I'm about to say. But trying to regain your trust was harder than it seemed. And somehow I got caught up in between my pride and my promise, between my lies and how the truth gets in the way. The things I wanna say to you get lost before they come. The only thing that's worse than one is none. The only thing that's worse than one is none. I cannot explain to you in anything I say or do or plan. Fear is not afraid of you, but guilt's a language you can understand. I cannot explain to you in anything I say or do, but hope the actions speak the words they can. For my pride and my promise, for my lies and how the truth gets in the way. The things I wanna say to you get lost.
The guitar harmonics are really cool.
The only thing that's worse than one is pride and my promise, between my lies and how the truth gets in the way. The things I wanna say to you get lost before they come. The only thing that's worse than one is none. The only thing that's worse than one is none. The only thing that's worse than one is none.
Okay. It's a xylophone. For Caribbean sounding.
telling me to go, but hands beg me to stay. Your lips say that you love, your eyes say that you hate. There's truth
The xylophone has this characteristic of being slightly out of tune always, so that's how it's always been perceived to me, and I can't shake it. I'm not liking it. Oh, I'm getting some cramps. Shit. Okay, this is a bad song. It's boring. There's a Caribbean vibe again with the surf guitars. And you still get the out of tune xylophone here. No, this track is not for me. More like a reggae kind of thing. Nope. I'm not liking this. This might be the worst Linkin Park song I've ever heard. And that includes Overflow. Sorry. As a guitar player, I can react to that. More like a metal thing. Okay, now I like it. It's weird, I've never heard Brad play like scales before. Okay, the track definitely improved so much. But they didn't have to go that long without the track being good. Why would they wait so long? And we're back to the Caribbean. Okay, this... What? What the hell? Okay, this was a weird track. Very weird instrumentation choices. I think we're up for a good track now, like a staple of the song, of the album. Reminds me of a Beatles song, I don't know why.
like an ocean everywhere. Don't wanna reach for me, do you? I mean nothing to you. The little things give you away, and now there will be no mistaking. The levees are breaking. All you've ever wanted was someone to truly look up to you, and 6
The chord progressions are really 60s.
Hope decays, generations disappear, washed away, as a nation simply stares. Don't wanna reach for me, do you? I mean nothing to you. The little things give you away, but now there will be no mistaking. The levees are breaking. All you've ever wanted was
It's an interesting drum pattern. And you get the panning in the both ears, so that's interesting. Okay, this might cross into, I don't want to say too experimental for me, because like I said multiple times across this video, I loved 1,000 Suns, and that was very experimental. But I think it had like a clear direction, and this just feels dispersed, and I don't like that. Like we don't know where we're going with just sounds and textures without any clear intent. That drum fill might have been used in Lines in the Line in the Sand. Okay, now we have an intent. This might be the album that I've most heard Brad solo in. Oh, Chester. Feels like we're coming to the end of the album. I might be wrong, but this is how it feels. Okay, so this is where they introduced that vocal playing Queen kind of sections that they used later in other records. This is them presenting it to us like, hey, we like this. Is the album over? Wow, that was a journey. Okay. I think I understand why, past me, younger me, was not really into this music. I don't want to say it like blew me away, but there were definitely some moments in there that were, I feel like there's 3 or 4 songs that I really liked. Like I know I'm going to learn them and love them. But the overall album was just the way most people maybe feel about A Thousand Suns, that it's just all over the place. This is how it felt for me. But putting it into context, like understanding that this is a transition album between Meteora and A Thousand Suns, that makes all the sense in the world. Like, you get those vocal sections, long extended musical, weird, obscure arrangements, and, you know, more experimentation. I felt a little bit that at times it was just all over the place and never really going somewhere. Sometimes you got a payoff, like in this ending, but I don't think they had to wait that long to get us there in most cases. But I think what I most valued and loved about this album was, you know, their standalone songs. Like, I can't remember the names of them right now because I just listened to it without any, you know, preconceived notions or lists or anything. But there were a couple of songs there that I really liked, and they are going to become a staple for my own interpretation and, you know, the way I organize Linkin Park's catalog. The album is definitely an experimental step for the band, but like I said, I don't think that was my favorite part. I think my favorite part were the good songs. Like, the first half of the album, it's way more easy to digest and to understand, and I think there was a creative choice that was very intentional, even if the intention was to not have any intention at the end or to make it seem that way, like it just, you know, dispersed. But what I do like a lot about the album is the way they're just freeing themselves up musically to be able to put an atmospheric track here and some weird xylophones in there and the vocal playings, and that was good for me. But what I stay with are the singles or the, you know, standalone songs. I am glad I listened to it. It feels crazy to be listening to a new Linkin Park album when From Zero just came out, but it's going to be fun for me because now I'm going to have 2 albums to be listening to and learning for when the concert comes up in a couple of months. So yeah, that was my reaction for Minutes to Midnight. Finally did it. Thank you guys. Thank you for the music.